Hey, what's up? I'm Patrick Stump, and this is Billboard.com.
Here at Lollapalooza on day 2, Patrick Stump's been kind enough to come by the Billboard tent. Thank you so much, Patrick.
You've been kind enough to have me. Thank you.
So you're actually, right at this moment, you're like 50 minutes, 60 minutes away from going on stage?
Yeah. I have to get dressed and ready and everything.
You're tuxedo? What's coming?
We'll see. I really...
Pantslessness?
That's a good idea.
It's hot. It's really hot out.
That might fit.
I mean, it might be hot that you'd be pantsless, but it's actually just it's very hot here. So,
Yes.
I'm just throwing it out there.
It is also warm, temperature-wise. Yes.
Yeah. Well, so your solo project, have you had a chance to play it in front of quite this many people yet?
Not yet. So it'll be. I kind of have the benefit of having been in Fall Out Boy and played to a lot of people before, so I won't be totally horrified.
Not the first time you've been on a big stage.
Yeah, but it'll be the first time in a long time, and it's the first time playing this material, so it will be. I won't have big hits to fall back on.
You've been playing some club dates though, so you have been playing the material.
Yeah.
What goes on in your head? Like, what's the difference between maybe taking new songs out to a more intimate club and then sort of taking them on stage and getting them to reach the back of a festival crowd?
I mean, the type of show that we're doing is so instrumentally driven. It's so about the band interacting with each other that I think that's going to be the challenge. Is the person in the back really getting the saxophone solo or the whatever, that kind of stuff. So
how do you feel about how it's going with the solo stuff? I know you were kind enough to stop by our office earlier earlier in the year.
Again, thank you for having me. So.
Oh no, it's a pleasure. And you were talking then about sort of, I don't want to say exercising certain things, but you just had like certain sounds, certain songs in your head that maybe you didn't feel were right for Fall Out Boy. Kind of a dancier thing. I remember you were talking a lot about Prince.
Yeah, I think that's where, a lot of it starts from the fact, I was talking about this earlier with a friend, is that when I listen to the last Fall Out Boy record, I hear me pushing the band in ways that they didn't really want to go. And it took some, I guess, self-awareness to be like, okay, I should have somewhere to do this so that the band doesn't have to play.
I can stop trying to turn you into a Prince cover band.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the thing is, like, if I want to be totally derivative of Prince, I can do that.
Not that it is.
Well, the thing
it's
that's
influence. It's not derivative.
One of my favorite things is that the record gets both praised and slammed with these things. Where it's like, oh, it's great or / terrible. It sounds exactly like Prince / Michael Jackson, right? And I'm like, well, they don't sound exactly like each other, so I'm happy to. I'm happy that. Yeah, I'm happy that I'm somewhere in between there. So.
Well, and maybe it comes down to a little bit of a referendum on how that writer on that day feels about
totally.
Prince / Michael Jackson too. So, has it been? Have you been pleased with the way the crowd response has been as you've been playing these?
That's really the big thing for me is that it's not. I'm not playing big rooms or anything. I would way rather play somewhere where people want to see it, and that's been the thing is that the audiences have been really, really fervent. That's really cool. I really like that. I'd rather play to 10 people that really want to see the show than 100,000 that are like.
Sorry, I was gonna say it must feel kind of good in a way. Like Fall Out Boy got so big at a certain point. There's got to be something about it. It's like when like Oscar-winning Hollywood actors go back to Broadway or something.
Right.
They want to kind of get back in touch with the roots of like making music and feeding off a small crowd. And
I think that's such a great analogy because I feel like Fall Out Boy, the four of us, were always great. We're still great as friends, and playing together and everything. But the stuff around us, the expectations just got to be so frustrating and so much and so big. It was like this behemoth that would follow you around, you know. So it's really nice to have no expectations. No one's, like my label didn't even know for a while that I was putting out a record because that I was making a record.
Yeah, you just kind of went off on your own and made it, right?
Yeah. So I love that kind of silent freedom. There's not a whole lot of, there's not a lot of expectations. I pretty much I'm nobody again. And I love it.
And at the same time, Fall Out Boy was such a community. It seems like you've stayed in touch with those fans. You've stayed in touch with Pete. You were saying you just talked to him. I think the Black Cards, Pete's band, played a set here yesterday.
I was really bummed because I thought we were playing the same day, but we weren't. So
we're going to create like a big drama here about the fact that you didn't come for Pete's. Never mind.
I'm a dick, and I meant it. No, I did not. It was a joke.
So your album, you have an EP out now on iTunes under Patrick Stump name, and then. You have an album that's coming out in October.
Yeah. I have my first full-length record. It's called Soul Punk, and it comes out October 18th.
Soul Punk.
Yeah, and I have a single on iTunes and Amazon right now called This City. The version that's on iTunes and Amazon has Lupe Fiasco.
Lupe Fiasco,
so.
yeah. Great track, and you have another song on there, Spotlight, which I need to lobby the label.
I'm so glad you like. Thank you. That makes me so
that
happy.
song is so awesome.
Thank
I mean,
you,
it's
man.
just like it's one of those songs where like literally by the time you're done hearing it the first time, you're kind of singing along. The chorus just stays in your head.
Thank you.
And then when you played it, I saw you at Joe's Pub playing it. Just fantastic. I mean, really, really good song.
Thank you.
So, record label, if you're listening, got to get that out. We'll work on that. So, anything in terms of the set, in terms of the set you're about to play here at Lolla?
Just really, really looking forward to it. I'm from Chicago, so I've never gotten to play in these surroundings before. So that's going to be really exciting. It's something I've always wanted to do. So.
Did you ever spend time did you spend time here as a kid?
Oh my goodness, dude, there used to be there's a series of free shows that XRT and a couple other radio stations would put on in the summer during Taste of Chicago. My dad and I used to go every summer. So I've been to shows here.
Literally on these grounds.
Yeah, like a million times, but
now you're coming back and
yeah.
playing the big show.
Yeah, the big show.
Listen, Patrick, thanks so much for stopping by, man.
Thanks,
it's
man.
always a pleasure.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, take care.
Bye.